This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1300. Me Time for Reducing Stress and Improving Wellbeing by Elly McGuinness of EllyMcGuinness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil Malik, reading you some of the most popular health and fitness blogs out there, with permission from the websites. And thank you to Headspace. 10 minutes of your day can make a huge difference in your life. Working on your physical self is important, but don't forget about your mental self. Headspace offers guided meditations in an easy-to-use app and has helped many reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, and increase their overall sense of well-being. Headspace is one of the only meditation apps advancing the field of mindfulness and meditation through clinically validated research. As a professor, reading and writing papers for hours can be overwhelming. I've been enjoying Headspace Move for a quick afternoon pick-me-up. Breaking a quick sweat and getting my heart pumped allows me to clear my mind and get some physical activities out of the way. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/OHD. That's headspace.com/OHD for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/OHD today. Now, I want to wish you all a very happy and safe St. Patrick's Day if you celebrate, and I wanted to wish my sister a very happy birthday. Like I said before, March is a big month for birthdays in my family. Oh, and before I forget, it's Wednesday, which means we're due for a little inspiration. So like I do every Wednesday, I like to share an inspirational quote with you to hopefully help you make it through these last couple of days before the weekend. So, without further ado, here we go. Quote, "It took me a while to learn this, but being rich won't make you happy. But being happy can make you rich. Wealth is a symptom of happiness." Dave Asprey. Now, we recently got permission from Elly to narrate her content. I'll tell you a little bit more about her right after the reading. So for now, let's jump right in and get to the post as we optimize your life. Me Time for Reducing Stress and Improving Well-Being by Elly McGuinness of EllyMcGuinness.com. The importance of me time. One of the simplest ways to reduce stress levels and improve your mental well-being is to have a little bit of me time every day. Many people spend their lives doing this and that for everyone else, yet neglect to look after the most important person, themselves. The truth is that if you don't allow for me time and put yourself last, in the long run, you'll have no energy or enthusiasm to help anyone else. They may even need to end up looking after you. How many stones can you fit in your jar? I've seen this concept illustrated very nicely with a jar full of stones. Every stone that is placed in the jar represents something or someone in your life. There's one stone for your partner, one for each kid, and one for each immediate family member that's not your partner or your kid. There's one to represent extended family, one for the housework, one for the shopping, and one for socializing with friends. Another stone is for work, one is for cooking dinner, and one is for reading books to the kids. Get the picture? I haven't mentioned the biggest stone of all yet. It is, of course, you. If you put every other stone in the jar first, I'm afraid that the biggest one ends up being jammed out the top. This means no me time. However, with the same size jar and the same stones, they can all be fitted perfectly with the lid on. How? By putting the big stone in first and fitting the small ones around it. Take care of you first. Have your me time, and then everything else will fit in around that. You may not fit everything that you want to get done into one day. However, make sure you've got your priorities straight and that your own needs are somewhere near the top of the list. Some ideas for me time. Me time may just be 30 minutes to get out for a good stress-relieving walk, read a good book, or potter in the garden. Note that it must be something you want to do, not something that you should do or something that feels like a chore. After your me time, if it is indeed something you want to do, you'll likely feel invigorated, energized, and positive towards whatever else you need to do. Give yourself some love and attention, and that will flow into the rest of your day. Although there may be steps you can take to reduce the complexity of your life, right now, you just need some simple strategies. You need ways to help you feel nourished and well so that you can cope better with any stress you experience during the day. Micro moments of me time. If you are a parent or caregiver or ultra busy for some other reason, you might want to consider micro moments of me time. Perhaps your day is so jam-packed and you can't see a way of changing that right now. You're staying up late and getting up early and rushing from place to place during the day. If 30 minutes of me time seems near impossible for you each day, try these ideas for micro moments of me time. Remember, these are only ideas. You need to think of something that resonates with and will be enjoyable for you. But here are some examples. Take a brisk walk around the block or sit on your porch and enjoy a cup of tea before anyone else in the house wakes up. Draw or color in a picture for 10 minutes, which can be very therapeutic. If you've got kids around the house, do it when they're occupied in a game or in front of the TV, instead of rushing to do the dishes at this time. Write a few affirmations for the day in a journal before you even get out of bed. Or listen to a meditation podcast before you get out of bed. Some are as short as 5 minutes. If you have another grown-up in the house, use that opportunity to take 10 minutes of me time. If you travel on public transport, make a point of leaving text messages and social media till later. Instead, listen to an inspirational podcast or read a book. And go outside to pick some flowers to arrange in a jar. Stop, smell, and observe. You could even create a little therapeutic nature tray to bring back inside. Getting outdoors, and especially into nature, can have profound effects on lowering stress levels. How I get my me time. As I mentioned earlier, everyone will have a different idea of what they enjoy doing. First, figure out what makes you feel great, and then decide how you're going to get moments of that thing or those things every day. As a busy working parent of a 3-year-old, this is where I get my me time. I work 2 full days per week. As I only have 2 days, I make them long ones so I can get as much done as possible. As a self-employed person, I don't have to wake up and start work at any particular time. However, I choose to wake up at 5:30 a.m. on my work days and walk the full hour to work. I don't have my phone out, but instead, I just breathe and take in the sights. Knowing I have a full day ahead and lots of computer-based work, this is a good option for my me time, and also to feel energized and ready to tackle the day. And by the way, I don't walk home. I take a ride home. Me time when my daughter is with me. My partner works 3 or 4 days per week. On those days, I'm looking after our 3-year-old. It has taken a while and a bit of coaching, but I usually get 20 minutes of me time to do yoga each day. It's not always perfectly calm, but is pretty good now. The way we work is that she does her cosmic kids yoga, and then it's my turn. I do my boho beautiful yoga while she either reads books or eats snacks. We prioritize our day around doing these yoga classes, which lift both of our spirits. I also aim to wake up before she does on these days and fill myself with nourishing food before she wakes. For this reason, I'm ready to tend to her needs when she's up. I'm one of those people who gets hangry. Just the process of preparing and eating this meal in silence can be a golden start to my day. If there's still time, I try to just sit on the balcony and chill and breathe for 5 minutes. This involves resisting the temptation to start checking messages on my phone. How do you get your me time? Of course, every family is different. Some kids go to bed early, so me time might be had in the evening. The point here is that it's important, and you need to work out some strategies to get it into your day. Then you need to remember to do it often enough so that it becomes a habit. You just listened to the post titled, Me Time for Reducing Stress and Improving Wellbeing by Elly McGuinness of EllyMcGuinness.com. And thank you to NetGear. Is your Wi-Fi struggling to keep up with your streaming, work, gaming, video calling, and more? What about all at once? When you're connected to your world by Wi-Fi, be sure it's the best. Bring your Wi-Fi up to speed with Orbi Wi-Fi 6 from NetGear. Orbi Wi-Fi 6 is the best and latest in Wi-Fi. It covers your entire home with unmatched speeds and performance for uninterrupted working and learning, video calling, and streaming at home on more devices than ever before in any part of the house. With Wi-Fi this advanced, you're going to want it everywhere. Ready for the best Wi-Fi ever? Find out what makes NetGear America's #1 choice for Wi-Fi at netgear.com/best Wi-Fi. That's netgear.com/best Wi-Fi. Thanks again to Elly for letting us share her work. She has been inspiring people to make sustainable changes to their health, fitness, and lifestyle for the past 15 years. She takes a holistic approach to well-being and offers online solutions for people who are looking to get started on or improve their health and fitness. She blogs regularly and writes for a number of health and well-being publications, and also has a book you can check out titled Burning Fat for Good. So thanks again to Elly, and come by ellymcguinness.com for a lot more. I have that linked in this episode's description. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. I actually had a moment of me time the other day. It was completely unplanned. Living in Southern California, very rarely does it get cold enough for me to actually use the fireplace in my house. But we recently experienced a very brief cold snap. For Southern Californians, cold snap, by the way, means the temperatures get down into the high 40s or about 9 degrees centigrade. I know. We're just not used to temperatures below 75 degrees Fahrenheit or about 24 degrees centigrade. Anywho, I decided this would be the perfect evening to actually use my fireplace for once. I first had to push some furniture out of the way so I could actually see the hearth. Again, I hardly have the need to actually use my fireplace, so I made use of the space in other ways. I brushed aside a bunch of cobwebs and lit it up. I was so mesmerized by the look and feel of the flames, I parked myself in front of the fire and just stared. I took the time to feel the warmth emanating from it. I stared at the flames and watched their unpredictable dancing patterns. It was hypnotic. This became my unplanned me time. I didn't need a book or TV show to distract me. My phone was put away. I just let my mind wander. A bunch of unexpected thoughts and feelings surfaced. This me time brought a lot of clarity. As always, my mind drifted eventually to my work, but I started remembering things on my to-do list from weeks before that I never got around to. Just having some distraction-free time was pretty amazing. Now I just need to find a way to incorporate this me time during the other 364 days a year when I'm not using my fireplace. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back here tomorrow for the Thursday show, so stay tuned for that, where your optimal life awaits.